let's get right into the topic, and hopefully we have an engaging conversation as we talk about how we respond to hurt, and healing in the church. So when we talk about hurt in a community, what are some of the different forms of hurt that can take place, and how might the church recognize them?
All right. When we talk about hurt in the community, we are talking about people's response, and in some cases retaliation to not having the expectations met based on the ideals of that community. And let's take, for example, because my experience is in church leadership. Let's take, for example, a church community. When someone comes into that community, they expect that people will treat them a certain way, that they'll experience love and compassion and care and things like that. When they experience the opposite, that constitutes hurt, and there are different responses to
Mm,
their experience of the opposite to what their expectations were. And hurt in general is basically a betrayal, or um, an event or an experience that does not coincide with my expectations. So naturally, the expectations of a person in a church community or in any community is that people will treat them a certain way based on the ideals of that community. When that does not happen, the person experiences hurt. And as we said, there are different responses. Sometimes there are responses, sometimes there are retaliation, you know, varying responses. But essentially, that's what hurt in a community context looks like.
yeah, and what are some specific things that people do that can hurt each other in a community, especially in a church community?
Well, I think for, having not having the full resource of a scientific research, one of the emergent things from my experience and from my reading is gossip.
Mm.
Mm,
Interestingly
yeah.
enough,